Hello, this is Everything in 30 podcast with Joshua Duran.
And Thomas Sykes.
Now, I have to apologize for the podcast being late. That's my fault.
How
I
dare
had a,
you? You know,
I was feeling,
we were back in like the days before radio and podcast. They'd be throwing stones at you.
I know.
You know,
I was just trying to put
what is
it
it?
under the booty.
The first thing that comes to my mind is you ever see the movie what is it? Life of Brian, Monty Python. I just
I haven't.
remembered the stoning scene from that. That's so funny.
All right. Speaking of movies, did you hear about
Actually, before we go into anything, I just want to thank what is it? I want to thank the 20 people that listened to our podcast last time. We really appreciate it. No matter where you are, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or if you're listening on Spotify, I just want to give a special shout out to my cousin Colin. He's listened to the first episode, I want to say billions of times, and I think that's according to him. So, special shout out to you, Colin. Hello, Colin. How are you? Okay, Josh. Do I have something I gotta tell you? Oh, I have something I gotta tell you. So.
Okay, tell me.
Do you remember the CW, their Batwoman show?
Yeah.
Well, what is it? Ruby Rose, the leading actress that plays Batwoman.
Yeah. She quit.
Yep, she quit right after the first season, and they're still doing a second season. I think it was Warner Brothers said that they're going to renew. That they're just going to get a new actress.
Now, I haven't actually watched the show, but from the trailers, I'm going to say the show doesn't look too great. And, I mean, if I was an actual watcher of the show, I wouldn't be too mad at her quitting, because I don't feel like she's the best actress.
Well,
that's in my opinion.
She was in John Wick too.
She was?
Yeah, she was the what is it? She was in a lot of it. She was she was a big character in it. She was the one woman that was protecting the bad guy. Do you remember in John Wick 2 the whole mirror scene? Where he's in the Yeah,
that was her?
Yeah.
No way. You serious?
Yeah, that was her.
Then it can't be her though, because she was good at that movie. Maybe it's the writers of the show. I think
that's how you said that. It's like yeah, I don't know about that.
It has to be the writers of the show then, because from the trailer it looks really corny. You know what I want? Because I know you're more of a Flash and CW guy. I like the actual Gotham show. That show was good. That show was better than the Flash.
What is it? I can agree with you. I can agree with you that Gotham was good. It was a good show. I even liked how, especially I always wanted to know how they were going to end it. I think they had the greatest. I was from the very beginning that the show started, I knew I was this show has to end with their version of Bruce Wayne becoming Batman, and I'm it was amazing how they did that.
I was looking online, and apparently the reason why they ended the show was one, because I'm pretty sure the show started getting low ratings from from watchers, and also said because originally in the show, right, Warner Brothers said, here, these are the set of characters you can use for that show. And they said, but you're not allowed to use the Joker, because, the Joker doesn't have an origin, But then it was either at the end of season 1 or season 2 where Jerome came in, right? And he was clearly a great Joker character. And so they took him and they never officially made him the Joker, but they made him every single aspect of the Joker. So they were walking that line, that really thin line to getting sued. That's what I heard. And basically they had to end the show quickly, because if they went any farther, then it would be clear that, they'll get sued or something. It kind of didn't make any sense that they weren't sued. Because if you watch the third or fourth season, whatever season it is, they clearly have stuff inspired from the comics of Death of the Family by it's one of the Death comics by Scott Snyder. where
Yeah.
the Joker takes off his face and puts on a new face. They have that in the show with the dude.
Oh,
Like it's
oh, I remember
clear
that.
that yeah, it's clear that it's definitely that dude is definitely the Joker. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't get sued. At least that's what I heard from watching videos and stuff. I could be wrong. You should always do this research on your own, but that's what I heard.
uh, what is it? I honestly, I honestly thought Gotham was a really good show. Um, what is very surprising? I don't know if you know this, but did you know that? Do you know the reason why it? What is it? Because when did Gotham first come out? That wasn't that like
I feel like
2011?
in 2015. I don't know,
It
somewhere
was.
between 2010 to 2015.
I think I heard somewhere that it came out like 2011. But did you know? I only found this out. I think I found this out today. That apparently when they were making the Christian Bale Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy, um
Yeah,
what's his I forget Christopher Nolan, the guy that was directing the movies. Apparently, he what is it? He did not want he did not want a single piece of Batman like television show um out when they
yeah,
were
yeah.
making
He
the
wanted to.
movies because he didn't want them like interfering with his work or like
Pretty
them
much, yeah,
thinking that this was the movie. So
yeah.
I heard someone say that like apparently that might be why Gotham came out at that time.
I looked online for confirmation, and Gotham started in September 22nd of 2014.
Oh, I was off. I was off.
I was pretty close. I said 2015. I was pretty close.
Josh, just jokes on you. I'm a sore loser, so I get the win. I'm just kidding. Uh,
Yeah, I remember because I was so psyched for this show when it first came out, and when in 2014 that was like 5 years ago. So since I'm 16 now, I'll be like 11 years old. And my mom like just didn't like the like nature of the show, so she wouldn't let me watch it. So like for a couple years, I wasn't watching the show at all until they brought like the Joker stuff in, and I was like, I have to watch this online or something. So that's what I did.
does she
The
know
show,
this? I'm like,
I mean,
does she know this? Because she's gonna find out once this is released.
no, well, like she was more protective when I was younger, but I mean now I was, with teenagers, but we're almost 18.
Yeah, Josh.
It's pretty.
Yeah, we're almost. Yeah, now. Yeah, once we turn 18, if we slam a car into a billboard, we get sent to prison.
I don't think we would get sent to prison. We would just die, probably. That's a
I like
different
how
subject.
it's like, what is it? Josh, I like how you just took that. It was just, you just took that from, well, at least if we slam a car into a billboard, what is it? What is it? We're gonna go to prison. You're like, nah, you're probably gonna die.
I mean, that's the truth.
If I said, Josh, if I was a firefighter and I just said, I gotta go see these two people in the building, you'd be like, you're probably gonna die along with along with the other two.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
sorry.
there's a lot of
Respect to firefighters. My apologies.
yeah, respect to firefighters. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting things happening with like TV shows and movies right now. Like, are they even releasing movies, like new movies now, or no? Like,
They
I
released
haven't really been keeping
Scoob.
up with that.
They released that the Scoob movie. It's the new
Really?
Scooby-Doo movie, Scoob. They released that, and they also released Trolls 2 on what is it? They released it for. They basically
Digital?
yeah. But it's like I know Scoob. It's like $20 to rent and like $25 to purchase.
That makes sense. I just feel bad because like the businesses like AMC are getting affected, but they're probably not that bad. But there's like a lot of small like barber shops and stuff. And when you think about like a barber shop or like a place like a salon or something, the only way those people make money, like the barbers inside make money, is through like tips and stuff like that. You go in, you pay the bill, and they give the money to the barbers.
Yeah.
So if the barber's not working, that means they're not making any money at all.
Yeah. What is it? I was thinking about like amusement parks. Like you got to think Disney. what is it? I don't know if Florida's
But
open.
but
I know there's like,
Disney, Disney's like a monopoly. They're fine.
but like,
Yeah.
what is it, like Six Flags, like other like small, like other, I was about to say small amusement parks, but like other like small, like whether it be an amusement park somewhere, because I know,
Hmm.
what is it? I forget. I think I was there last year. I forget what is it. Was it Ocean City, Maryland? I think it was Ocean City, Maryland. I
That
could be
sounds
complete.
about
I
right.
could be. I think I could be completely wrong. Well, I remember I went there, and there's like small like amusement park rides there. Like how I said Ocean City, Maryland on vacation, you were just like, yeah, I think you've been there.
No, I mean, I feel like I heard that park before because when I worked at one of the amusement parks, I remember the people telling me about different amusement parks around the area and stuff like that, and I feel like I heard that one before.
I'm like,
Like, that's what I feel like.
just like there's the smaller ones are definitely gonna. I feel like they're gonna suffer because like right now,
Yeah,
the spring break, that's like money making century right there. But now that that's gone, you have pretty much nothing. You know what
and the
state
funny,
opened up? No, what is it? Wisconsin opened up. I think that was the state that opened up.
yeah, one of
What
the
is it?
states open. I think Georgia opened up also, if I'm not mistaken, or they're trying to open up. There's a
Let's
couple
see.
states trying to open up right now.
Let's see. What is it? New York Times. Which states are reopening? So it looks as of what is it? As of I think it's eight. Let me see. How states shut down. These map shows which states had stay-at-home orders at given dates. Oh my gosh, what is it? I can't even find this. Why can't there just be a list that just says these are the states that are reopened now? What is it? I know that no, but I know Wisconsin definitely opened. I forget well, I think somewhere else opened. Um but like there's other like the first state, what is that? I'm on Washington Post now. The first thing that came up was Alabama. Looks like it gyms, personal care businesses such as salons, barber
Yeah,
shops, restaurants are open. Like nightclubs,
but
movie.
also aren't all those businesses like in the reopened states? Aren't all of them like modified? Like they have the plastic screens in between the like the exercise things. I feel like they're all modified, right?
Yeah, I think that it's just some minor stuff like that you can't do. I'm just like Wisconsin. I think they just opened everything up. I'm like, wow, the way I'm just like Wisconsin is just like trying to show off. It's like, yeah, we could just open whatever we want up. Like, yeah, we know yeah, we know the virus is out there. It's like let the virus do what it wants. We have to get back to business.
You know, the funny thing about this virus is like our parents and like a lot of like the whole world tells you to make sure your job is essential and like it's always gonna be there. And but like even now the essential jobs aren't working. You know, like let's see, what would you consider an essential job?
Um,
Maybe like accountant or something like
groceries.
that.
What is it? If you work at a grocery store, if you work at I'm sorry, what is it? You work at like Walmart or Sam's Club. That's basically like
Yeah,
essential.
that's the funny thing. The only places that are open right now are like, I'm gonna be honest, are the places that don't pay much, you know. But when people tell you to get an essential job, they're saying make sure you get a job that pays a lot, but it's also essential. And if you really think about it, if your job pays a lot, most likely it's not essential. You
What is
most
it?
likely it's like a niche business.
Because what is it? I know that in our because I know that in our area, what is it? Because there's still like food what is it? I know there's like two pizza parlors that are open, but like but I think it's
Yeah,
like you can only like you can come in, you can
takeout.
take it out, but like that's it.
Hmm. Hmm.
But what
Yeah,
is
I've
it?
seen that a lot.
But Josh, we're coming up to Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even keeping track of the days right now. I didn't even know Memorial Day was coming up. What's funny is
What is
that my
it?
dad usually
Our job is just to let people know it's like, yep, today's Wednesday.
What's funny is that my dad usually takes me to one of his friends' barbecues on Memorial Day. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, get that away.
I'm kind of disappointed because that dude cooks so good. Oh my gosh, man, his food is amazing. Oh,
What is
it like falls right off the bone, and it tastes so good. Oh man. Oh,
See, I just had dinner and now I'm hungry. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you hungry, but you know.
What is it?
You,
After
you
this,
know,
Josh is making a T-bone steak. Everyone's invited.
what do you call it? Have you been keeping up with like the stock market and stuff like that?
I've looked honestly. I've not really looked at it as much. I think I looked at it a lot more. I think when before like we had the huge shutdown, I looked at it a lot more because I wanted to see how much it was just falling. I just remember
Yeah.
I remember I just be sitting somewhere and I just pull it up and like someone would just come up to me and be like, "What are you looking at?" I'd be like, "Oh, I'm looking at the stock market." They're like, "Again?"
Some men just want to
They're like,
watch
"I
the
thought
world
you were
burn.
over this, Thomas."
What do you call it?
Like,
Recently, because before like and like, because if you guys don't know, like I like business and I like stocks and stuff like that, financial stuff, and so does Thomas. But the first like
you're
couple years
dragging
of
me
high
into
school,
your pit.
the first couple years of high school, I just looked at the stock market. And I was like paper trading and stuff like that. And if you don't know what paper trading is, basically just stock trading, but like with fake money. So like you can practice when you actually can trade, because you have to be 18 to trade. But anyways, I was just paper trading and stuff like that. And recently, I haven't been doing that. Like, I've just been watching videos online about this stuff. You know, I've been watching other people do it. And like, what's interesting is that I feel like, because with me, right, I'm more of like an observer, right? I'm not the type of person that like likes to write notes down and stuff like that. I'm not really that type of person. I need to like sit down and like actually watch the person to understand what they're saying and to get like the full info of what they're saying, you know? Because
Yeah.
for me, if I'm writing notes while somebody's speaking, it's distracting me. Like the notes, like me actually writing notes is actually distracting me from what the person is saying, you know?
Yeah, I perfectly understand that. What is it? That happens to me. I am not good at taking notes when someone's speaking. But like if you just give me like a PowerPoint, I'll just copy that whole thing down. You won't even see it.
Yeah. And the teacher's like, make sure you learn what to copy from the power slides. Like from us being in public speaking, and shout out Miss Wolf, she's a great teacher.
Ah, she's a great teacher. What is it? We're gonna send the podcast to her, right?
Yeah.
Show how far
But
we've come.
yeah, it showed how far we come from the last 3-4 months.
What is it?
Um,
What is it? We lost our. What is it? We lost our minds so much that we decided to do a podcast.
but from public speaking, I learned like our teachers presentations suck. Like there's no wonder why kids don't pay attention to class when the teacher's presenting something. You know, you don't put a whole essay on one slide and expect the kid to read it, and nonetheless expect the kid to write it down. I'm not writing that class down. I'm gonna be honest. When I'm in class and the teacher switches to a slide that has it's just all words and it's like 8 lines, I just put my pen down like, nah, I'm not writing that crap down.
You're
And I
like,
just
I'm
have like,
done.
nah, I'm done. I'll
Josh,
take my
I've seen
D
you
or
do it
egg,
before.
whatever.
I have no joke seen you do it before. It's the funniest thing. Like, what is it? If you ever want to see the funniest thing, just you have to watch Josh go through a PowerPoint slide, take notes. Like he can take notes on the first page, but like once he sees like a long paragraph, he just drops his pencil. He's like, okay, well I'm done. He's like, I'm done here. And then the first
I
question
mean,
is like, are you posting notes on Classroom?
yeah, I do ask that a lot to post notes in class. That's true.
I'm waiting for a teacher just to be like, and yes, Josh, the notes will be posted on Classroom.
What do you call it? You know, what I'm surprised is like with online classes, I feel like it shows like how much the teacher actually like, assigns for the class, right? Because the work that they assign, you can get done in like 20 minutes, right? And the teacher says for leniency, like making it easier during the coronavirus. But I'm gonna be honest, it shows that what they're saying in class isn't really the most important. I don't know.
I
I
gotta
mean,
say, it's probably gonna be. It's very hard, I think, for certain classes. Like, what is it? Especially I think like the fine arts. Like, if you're doing acting that's very hard. What is it? One of those like acting classes, or you're doing symphonic band, choir. I was about to say chorus, choir. I think even if you are doing public speaking or something like that, it's very. I can't imagine how difficult it is.
Yeah. I was talking with Matt actually. He was telling me about his friend that was taking public speaking. Like, I feel bad for anybody that has public speaking right now because, like, how do you do that? But I also want to rephrase my statement from earlier. I'm not saying teachers
like I would like to rebuke my statement.
I'm not saying teachers don't teach anything essential. I'm just saying that when we're in class, I feel like it's more of a learning environment. And like in psychology, you learn this, right? When I don't know if you took psychology. I don't think you did, right?
No.
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 Right.
The only
So in
I don't study the human brain. If I want to study the human brain, I will. I won't do that. I don't go. I'm not going to go near a person. I'm not there. I'm not there to give a psychological assessment.
In psychology, you basically learn about how, like, the environment influences how productive you are, right? So if you have a usual spot, usually sitting when you're doing some work, then if you sit in that spot, you're more likely to be productive. And if, like, you're in a classroom environment, you're, like, more likely to be productive because there's more people around you doing the same thing you're doing, right? And that's why you learn a lot about that in psychology. And so what I'm trying to say, I'm not saying teachers aren't, like, teaching essential stuff. What I'm saying is that when we're in class, it's more of a teaching opportunity, right? Teachers can expand on things further based on the reactions of the students, right? If they say something and they look at the class and see that there's like 5 kids that look confused, they can be like, okay, I need to explain this more, right? And like whenever someone says, oh, do you have any questions? It's easier to respond to that. Like online, you're not going to be like, oh, I have a question, right? Even if you do, sometimes you do, unless if the question is big enough, you do. But in class, if you have a small question, you just raise your hand and ask it. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like the classroom is more of a teachable environment. So I can get why the teachers aren't like posting that much work online, because in reality, you really think that if they posted like the normal like lecture, like 40 minutes, an hour work, that the students would do it? Probably not. You know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree with you on that. I think it makes sense.
You know, so when you're in the classroom, you're more teachable. You're more like learning. That's why I feel like hopefully our generation has like learned how to like, educate themselves. Because although you may not be learning everything right, although you may not be learning everything in class right now because we have online schooling and stuff like that, you should also learn how to like pick up a book and read it, or you don't even have to read books anymore. You can go audiobook, or you can go online and listen to lectures, right?
What is it? Josh, you're trying to get Amazon to sponsor us. Use Audible on Amazon. No, we're not sponsored.
Yeah. Amazon sponsors us. Yeah. But what do you call it? The lectures don't even have to be from teachers, because I know like some people don't like getting lectures from teachers or something. Like you can literally find people who are like millionaires, billionaires online teaching what they learned growing up, you know?
What is it? All I have to say is I can't imagine how hard it is to be a teacher during this time, especially depending on especially like what your position is in teaching, whether you're teaching a normal class or you have to teach you're teaching a special needs class. I can't imagine how tough.
Yeah, that's gotta be harder than
stuff
teaching.
like that. What is it, Josh? I think we need to do this. Thanks to all the teachers for you guys have all done.
Thanks for the teachers.
Very well. And if you have it, then okay. See,
I feel like all my teachers.
I talked myself into a corner. This is why I need you, Josh. I talked myself into a corner that I can't escape.
Yeah, all the teachers have definitely done well. I like for the teachers, the way the teachers handle stuff, because there's been a lot of times where I like did work and I forgot to submit it. So like there's a lot of times where I just email the teachers and they're always there, but like, oh yeah, I'll fix this for you, yada yada, you know. And like with attendance, sometimes I have internet problems, stuff like that, and they always fix it for me. You know, the teachers have been actually like really good during this pandemic. They've been really good. I don't know if they were trained or something, but they've been really good, surprisingly.
Like I had the surprise. Actually, no, I do agree. I think that
It's
especially
surprised
if
because
you
it's online.
I'm especially surprised with if you ever like especially some teachers that are not what is I about to say? I was about to say old. I'm like no, teachers that are not used to doing these doing the
Yeah,
online
that's
stuff or are not you do not usually use a Chromebook
computer.
or
Yeah,
a computer
that's what I
or
was
some
trying to
other
say.
type of computer with it because that's got to be the toughest thing like especially like
Hmm.
trying to grasp that technology.
But I feel like me and you were
Like
pretty lucky because
definitely
like
saving
our school,
paper.
I feel like me and you are pretty lucky because not only is our school like a good school, like it doesn't have like it's not like badly rated, even though there's stuff that goes on in the school and stuff. Anyway, moving
Josh,
to
what are you
that
trying to
topic.
say?
Our school is a pretty good school. Like we have good teachers. Our like our like education system is pretty good. We learn good stuff, and like I feel like our school has done a good job to make sure that everybody, like every single student, is doing good. I do feel bad for the teachers though, because there's definitely a lot of teachers dealing with like a student not doing the work online or something like that, or a student
Mhm.
having internet problems like Chromebook problems. So that probably could be pretty stressful on the teacher. For the
I
student, it's like, yay, I don't have to do the homework because my internet's not working. But like for the teacher, it's like, dang it, like I don't know.
what is it?
Or I could be wrong. Maybe the teachers consider this as a vacation.
What is it, Josh? I don't want to interrupt. How long have we been on this for? Check your phone. You probably have
Uh,
the time.
31:25 actually.
Okay. Then I guess our time is up for this week. So,
Yes.
do you want to do the outro or me? Either way works.
No, you can do the outro. It's fine.
Okay. I want to say thank you all for listening. We really appreciate it. Thank you for everyone that listened to the first episode. Thank you for everyone that's going to be listening. Remember, you can find this podcast on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. And we will see you all next time on Everything in 30. See you next Wednesday. See ya. Peace.
See ya.